This video will describe the Views tab of the Setup dialog. First we have the initial view, linear view or tree view. As I've mentioned, we rarely use the tree view anymore. If we say that, this is saying when we first come to the screen, which view do you want to see? The linear view or the tree view? If we say the tree view, then this is what we see. And when we first come to this screen, we see the tree view. But we don't use the tree view anymore. So we recommend using the linear view, which is this view. Screen arrangement, standard arrangement or widescreen arrangement. When we have the widescreen arrangement selected, the grammar tree is over here and the analysis comes to here. If we choose the standard arrangement, then the grammar tree is over here and the verse fills the entire window. This was useful back when screens were smaller and lower resolution. These days, we generally recommend the widescreen arrangement with the grammar over here. Syntactic versus semantic names. Always use syntactic names. Linguists are much more familiar with the syntactic names like noun, verb, adjective. So if we look up here, we see verb and verb phrase, noun and noun phrase, clause, etc. If we say semantic names, then we see object and object phrase, proposition, and event rather than verb. Usually linguists prefer the syntactic names, so we use those. Show concept brief glosses in analysis. What that's saying is there are brief glosses for the concepts like say, direct speech. Be, this is the locative sense of be. This is in, and the locative sense of in. So there are brief glosses. This is in, and the sense is for in a liquid, which is correct because it's in the ocean. So there are little brief glosses after some of the concepts. If we uncheck this, then those brief glosses disappear. So now it's just say, and in, and be, etc. So it's helpful to have those brief glosses. Show target glosses in analysis and grammar rules. If we check this, then we see glosses down below the target words. This is helpful if you're working in a language that you don't know really well. If you're building a grammar for a language you speak really well, then you probably don't need these glosses. But if you don't speak the language real well, it's helpful to have these. So this shows target glosses in the analysis here and also in the grammar rules. So when this is checked, if we open up a new rule, I'll open one here. Now see there's a box for a gloss. Let's say this is a suffix. This is a Tagalog language project, but I'm going to enter a suffix ed and we'll say past tense. So it gives us a little text box where we can enter a gloss for the morpheme. If we uncheck this box, then the glosses disappear from here, and now when we enter a new rule, there's no text box to enter the gloss for the morpheme. So usually we recommend having this box checked. The last one, after editing rule, prompt for comments. If we check that and we'll say OK, then after we edit a rule, it will ask us for a comment. For example, I won't actually edit this rule. I'll just say OK. And then it prompts us for a comment. So we can say something like, I changed the past tense morpheme from ed to XYZ. Now, when we look over here, there's a button, Edited Rules List, and this keeps track of the 100 most recently edited rules. And when you have that box checked, there's your comment. I changed the past tense morpheme from ed to xyz. If you don't check that box, we'll go back here, Views, and uncheck. Now, when we edit a rule, we'll edit a different rule. Now it doesn't ask us for a comment. It's still over here in the list of edited rules. See this, select the actor focus, but there's no comment. It's a good idea to turn this on, especially when you're first developing your grammar. It takes time. If you don't want to bother with entering these comments, you don't have to, and you can uncheck that box. But that's what that's for. This box has the 100 most recently edited rules with timestamps over here, so you can find the rules that you recently edited easily.